Starting our list at number 1 is the stunning turn-based RPG Sea of Stars, which feels like a lost classic from the 16-bit era. It draws heavy inspiration from genre legends like Chrono Trigger, featuring a vibrant pixel art aesthetic and a combat system that relies on timed button presses to maximize damage and block incoming attacks. The game features no random encounters, allowing you to see enemies on the map before engaging them, which modernizes the exploration flow significantly. The story is engaging, following two children of the solstice on a grand adventure, and the soundtrack perfectly complements the nostalgic visuals, creating an incredibly polished experience that fans of SNES RPGs absolutely need to play on PC.
At number 2, we have Chained Echoes, another formidable entry in the modern retro JRPG space. This game was created almost entirely by a single developer and manages to capture the essence of classic Final Fantasy titles while introducing its own unique mechanics, like the overdrive system. This combat mechanic forces you to balance your skill usage to stay in a green zone for optimal stats, adding a layer of strategy to every fight. The pixel art is detailed, and the world is grand, featuring mechs that you can pilot for exploration and combat later in the game. It is a long and satisfying journey that pays homage to the past without being firmly stuck there, making it an essential play for RPG enthusiasts.
Number 3 is the incredibly high-energy platformer Pizza Tower. This game is a spiritual successor to the Wario Land series, embracing a frantic hand-drawn art style that looks like a 90s cartoon on massive amounts of caffeine. You play as Peppino Spaghetti, an anxious Italian chef who must destroy a titular tower to save his pizzeria. The gameplay is all about maintaining momentum, dashing through levels, smashing through enemies and walls, and achieving high scores through rapid combos. The animation quality is superb, with highly expressive sprites that make every movement feel impactful and hilarious. It is a chaotic and challenging experience that perfectly captures the weirdness and fun of specific Game Boy Advance era platformers. Coming in at number 4 is the toughest nails platformer, Celeste. While it looks like an NES platformer on the surface, it offers incredibly tight modern controls and a deeply touching narrative about overcoming anxiety and depression. You guide Madeline up a massive mountain, facing hundreds of screens filled with deadly spikes and difficult platforming challenges that require precise dashing and jumping. The game is renowned for its brilliant level design, which introduces new mechanics in every chapter and ramps up the difficulty naturally. The pixel art is simple yet beautiful, and the synthwave soundtrack is fantastic. It also features very generous assist modes, making it accessible to players of all skill levels, despite its high baseline difficulty.
At number 5 is the atmospheric masterpiece Hollow Knight. This Metroidvania is widely considered one of the best modern examples of the genre, featuring a gorgeous hand-drawn art style that feels timeless rather than strictly retro. You explore the vast, ruined underground kingdom of Hallownest, fighting corrupted bugs and uncovering ancient secrets. The combat is sharp and responsive, emphasizing pattern recognition and swift dodging against challenging bosses. The world design is interconnected and immense, offering dozens of hours of exploration as you unlock new movement abilities that allow you to access previously unreachable areas. It is a hauntingly beautiful game, with a deep lore that will keep you engaged for a very long time. Number 6 is the comprehensive package Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. This title started as a loving tribute to 8-bit NES classics like Mega Man and DuckTales, but evolved into something much bigger. You play as the titular Shovel Knight, using your shovel to dig up treasure and bounce on enemies' heads in tight platforming levels. The Treasure Trove edition includes the original campaign, plus 3 additional full campaigns starring other Knight characters, each with totally unique movement and combat mechanics. The chiptune soundtrack is legendary, and the pixel art adheres strictly to NES limitations while using modern touches like parallax scrolling. It is the definitive retro throwback experience that feels authentic yet fresh.
At number 7 is the genre-bending ninja adventure, The Messenger. The game starts as a straightforward 8-bit action platformer, heavily inspired by Ninja Gaiden, where you run, jump, and slash your way through linear levels as a ninja delivering a scroll.
However, about halfway through the game undergoes a massive shift, transforming into a 16-bit Metroidvania with an interconnected world and upgraded visuals and music to match. This clever twist is executed flawlessly, and the gameplay remains tight and satisfying throughout both halves of the adventure. The writing is also surprisingly funny, featuring fourth-wall breaking humor and a memorable shopkeeper character who provides witty commentary on your progress. Number 8 is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, a spiritual successor to the exploration-focused Castlevania games led by Koji Igarashi. This game captures the essence of Symphony of the Night, featuring a massive gothic castle to explore, hundreds of weapons and shards to collect, and RPG systems to customize your character Miriam. While it uses 2.5D graphics instead of pure pixel art, the gameplay loop is pure classic Metroidvania comfort food. You gain new abilities to backtrack and open new paths, fight massive screen-filling bosses, and craft powerful gear. It is a deep and satisfying action RPG that successfully brings the classic Igavania formula into the modern era on PC.
Crashing in at number 9 is the arcade beat-em-up revival Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. This game is a direct throwback to the classic Konami arcade cabinets, like Turtles in Time, featuring vibrant pixel art and up to 6-player local or online co-op. You can play as all 4 turtles, plus Master Splinter, April O'Neil, and Casey Jones, each with unique stats and special moves. The combat is simple to pick up, but offers enough depth with combos and team attacks to remain engaging through its short but sweet campaign. The soundtrack features high-energy tunes and even vocal tracks from members of the Wu-Tang Clan, fitting the tone perfectly. It is pure arcade fun that is best experienced with friends. At number 10, we have another legendary revival with Streets of Rage 4. This game brings the classic Sega Genesis beat-em-up series back with stunning hand-drawn visuals that respect the original designs while looking incredibly modern. The gameplay is crunchy and satisfying, offering a roster of returning characters like Axel and Blaze alongside new faces. The combat system has been evolved to include wall bounces, juggles, and star moves, allowing for much more creative combos than the older games. The soundtrack is a highlight, featuring contributions from original franchise composers and modern electronic artists. It is a brilliant modernization of the brawler genre that feels fantastic to play on PC controller. Number 11 is Octopath Traveler 2, which utilizes Square Enix's signature HD 2D art style, blending beautiful pixel sprites with 3D environments and modern lighting effects. This JRPG follows 8 distinct protagonists, each with their own storyline and unique path actions they can use on NPCs in the world. The turn-based combat system revolves around identifying enemy weaknesses and breaking their defenses to inflict massive damage. This sequel improves upon the original by offering more interconnected character stories and a more dynamic world to explore, including day and night cycles that change available actions. It is a gorgeous and deep RPG that feels like a modern evolution of the SNES golden era. At number 12 is the remake of the unique RPG Live Alive. Originally released only in Japan on the SNES, this game features 8 distinct chapters set in different time periods and settings, from the Wild West to the distant future. Each chapter has its own unique gameplay hook and protagonist, such as a stealth-focused ninja chapter or a Street Fighter-style present-day chapter. The combat is a grid-based tactical affair where positioning and timing are crucial. The remake uses the beautiful HD 2D engine, bringing the diverse worlds to life with incredible detail while preserving the original charm. It is a fascinating experimental RPG that finally gets the global audience it deserves on Steam. Number 13 is the ultimate celebration of the blue blur, Sonic Mania. This game was created by dedicated fans turned developers who understood exactly what made the Genesis-era Sonic games great. It remixes classic zones like Green Hill with brand new layouts and mechanics, while introducing completely original zones that fit perfectly alongside the classics. The physics are spot on, capturing the momentum-based platforming that defined the
16-bit era. The pixel art is vibrant and detailed, full of smooth animations and clever background details. With multiple playable characters and tons of secrets to uncover, it is widely considered one of the best Sonic games ever made and a perfect retro experience on PC. At number 14 is the visually spectacular run-and-gun game Cuphead. This game is famous for its incredible art style, which painstakingly emulates the rubber hose animation of 1930s cartoons, using hand-drawn cell animation and watercolor backgrounds. The gameplay is focused primarily on intense multi-phase boss battles that require pattern memorization and precise reflexes. It is known for its high difficulty, but the controls are tight and responsive, making every death feel like a learning experience rather than a cheap shot. The big band jazz soundtrack is phenomenal, adding to the authentic vintage feel. It is a unique and challenging experience that looks unlike anything else on Steam. Number 15 is the isometric action-adventure Tunic, which wears its Zelda inspiration proudly on its sleeve. You play as a cute little fox exploring a mysterious world filled with ancient ruins, aggressive monsters, and hidden secrets. The game is unique because much of its mechanics and lore are hidden within an in-game instruction manual that you must collect pages for, which is written in an indecipherable language. This forces you to discover how the world works through experimentation and observation, creating a true sense of discovery reminiscent of playing imported games as a kid. The art style is clean and low poly, but the gameplay is deep, challenging, and incredibly rewarding. At number 16 is the addictive roguelite Metroidvania Dead Cells. While its gameplay loop of procedurally generated runs is modern, its tight 2D combat and gorgeous pixel art invoke classic action platformers. You explore a sprawling, ever-changing castle, fighting through varied biomes and unlocking permanent upgrades that allow you to access new routes in future runs. The combat is fast and fluid, offering a huge variety of weapons and skills that encourage different playstyles. The animation is incredibly smooth, making your headless character feel agile and powerful. It is a game designed for endless replayability, combining retro aesthetics with modern game design philosophies to create an addictive loop. Number 17 is the grotesque and beautiful Blasphemous 2. This Metroidvania is set in a dark fantasy world inspired by Spanish folklore and religious iconography, featuring highly detailed and often disturbing pixel art. As the penitent one, you explore a non-linear world filled with deadly traps, platforming challenges, and brutal enemies. The combat is weighty and deliberate, focusing on parries, dodges, and visceral execution moves. This sequel improves on the original by offering more weapon variety and better traversal abilities, making exploration feel smoother. The atmosphere is thick with dread and melancholy, supported by a haunting soundtrack. It is a challenging and memorable action platformer for those with a strong stomach. At number 18, we are looking forward to Animal Well, a pixelated puzzle platformer that emphasizes exploration and secrets over combat. You play as a small blob creature exploring a dense, interconnected labyrinth filled with strange animals and atmospheric puzzles. The game features a striking visual style with scan lines and lighting effects that give it a distinct retro CRT feel. The focus is on discovering how the world interacts with your various tools and items, with many layers of secrets hidden beneath the surface. It promises a contemplative and mysterious experience, reminiscent of classic exploration games, where getting lost was half the fun. Number 19 is Mina the Hollower, a top-down action-adventure from the creators of Shovel Knight. This game is a love letter to Game Boy Color classics like Zelda Link's Awakening, featuring an 8-bit aesthetic with a distinct color palette. You play as Mina, a mouse who uses a whip to fight enemies, and a unique burrowing mechanic to move under obstacles and traverse the environment quickly. The gameplay promises a mix of intense combat, challenging dungeon crawling, and quirky character interactions. Given the developer's track record, this is expected to be a highly polished and charming retro throwback that perfectly captures the feel of handheld gaming from the late 90s. At
At number 20, we have the free-to-play sensation Holocure Save the Fans. This game is heavily inspired by Vampire Survivors, featuring similar auto-attacking roguelike gameplay where you mow down thousands of enemies on screen. However, it uses a charming pixel art style based on VTuber personalities from Hololive, each with unique attacks and special abilities referencing their lore. Despite being free, it offers a surprising amount of depth, with tons of characters to unlock, weapons to upgrade, and different stages to tackle. It is an addictive and chaotic arcade-style experience that is perfect for short bursts of gaming on PC and captures that just one more run feeling perfectly.
Number 21 is the fast-paced action RPG CrossCode, which draws inspiration from SNES classics and early MMOs. Set in a futuristic theme park, you play as Leah, an amnesiac avatar who must explore dungeons, solve puzzles, and fight enemies in real-time combat. The combat system is deep, involving melee combos, ranged attacks, guarding, and elemental effects. The pixel art is gorgeous and highly detailed, depicting a vibrant sci-fi world filled with NPCs. The game is massive, offering dozens of hours of content, including tons of side quests and challenging boss fights. It is a brilliant blend of retro aesthetics with modern action RPG design and storytelling.
Number 22 is the cultural phenomenon Undertale. While it looks like a simple NES RPG on the surface, it is a deeply subversive game that plays with your expectations of the genre. You fall into an underground world of monsters and must find your way out, but you have the choice to either fight or spare every enemy you encounter. The combat system is a unique mix of turn-based menu selection and bullet-hell dodging minigames. The writing is hilarious, charming, and emotionally resonant, featuring memorable characters and a fantastic chiptune soundtrack. Your choices have a significant impact on the story, leading to multiple, vastly different endings.
Number 23 is the beloved farming simulation Stardew Valley. This game was heavily inspired by the Harvest Moon series and improved upon almost every aspect of the formula. You inherit your grandfather's old farm and must fix it up by planting crops, raising animals, going fishing, and mining for resources. The game features charming pixel art and a relaxing soundtrack, creating a cozy atmosphere that is easy to get lost in for hundreds of hours. You can also build relationships with the townsfolk, get married, and explore mysterious caves. It is the ultimate chill-out retro-style game that offers endless freedom to play at your own pace.
At number 24 is the explosive side-scrolling shooter Broforce. This game is an over-the-top parody of 80s and 90s action movies, featuring pixelated versions of iconic action heroes like Rambo, Terminator, and RoboCop. The environment is fully destructible, allowing you to blow up everything in your path as you liberate levels from terrorists and aliens. Each bro has unique primary and special attacks that reflect their movie counterparts. The gameplay is chaotic and hilarious, often resulting in accidental deaths from falling debris or friendly fire. It is incredibly fun in local co-op and perfectly captures the mindless action of the era it satirizes. Finishing our list at number 25 is the gritty cyberpunk arcade shooter Huntdown. This game is a love letter to 16-bit run-and-gun action games set in a dystopian future overrun by criminal games. You choose from 3 distinct bounty hunters, each with different weapons and abilities, and take to the streets to collect bounties on various game leaders. The pixel art is incredibly detailed, with smooth animations and busy backgrounds that bring the grimy, futuristic city to life. The combat is tough and tactical, requiring you to use cover and manage your ammo effectively. The synthwave soundtrack and cheesy one-liners perfectly capture the 80s action movie vibe, making it a blast to play.